in the backyard. My mom would get so mad because we'd throw stuff in the pool to make potions. And she'd be like, "You're not making potions! You're making debt!" Like...
Hello, puppers. We continue our winter's journey with I Am Setsuna.
At a good time, too. We're in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah, it's a rapid one, too. The banshee
Yeah.
wails in the background.
Yeah, it literally came out of nowhere.
It's rough. I went outside and I'm like, listen, I might need you to anchor us two down because Wesker and I aren't going to be doing too well when a big old gust hits.
I'll hold you down, Luna. I'll hold Wesker down. We got you guys. What's it like dating a skinny dude? Let me tell you. You gotta anchor him down in the snowstorm. Fly away.
I'm just a little black rain.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I just picture it like catching the inside of your flannel and you're just like lifting off like a balloon. Just like, oh no.
I'm the guy that, like, if I was, like, at the zoo or the circus and I had a bunch of balloons, I'd just be like, bye.
Goodbye.
If you want a view paradise.
I don't know if you remember B92, the radio station.
That does sound familiar, yes.
Sorry, big yawn. Big yawn, big yawn. I'm not as cute when I yawn. The one radio host on B94 went up like with a bunch of balloons.
Oh, yeah?
And they couldn't get him down.
Oh,
and he
no.
had like hypothermia. He almost died.
Yikes.
Yeah. But
Well, shit.
it was like everyone was like running outside to see if they could spot Bubba.
Was he a big dude?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Just like a little fella. So anyways, on the game at hand, we're going to catch up to Ndir,
An IDR.
a Ndir, to see if he can join us. Yeah. Ndir. That's what the enemies say when they slap them. Those penguins are like, Ndir.
Oh my god, I love watching those little pengies slap people. I don't know why.
Did you ever watch Madagascar? And like the
A
penguins
long
were,
time
like-
ago, yes.
The one scene I remember is the one penguin being like, I don't want excuses. I want results.
I like, it's a video. It's just like a GIF YouTube video type thing
Okay.
of these two penguins, or like the one penguin walking towards the other one.
Got you.
And as it passes, the one standing still just slaps the shit out of it and it falls through the ice.
Oh.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah. He's like slaps him in the back and he just goes,
Yeah, and he just like
Bonk.
falls flat down. It's normally tagged with like when you have siblings.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that, man. My sister's like, was this you? I'm like, maybe. There's no footage of us in Antarctica doing it, so can't be proven.
That was definitely my brother. I don't think my brother would admit to half the shit that he did. He'd be like, I didn't do that.
In today's climate of like everything being recorded, I'll be like, nah, must have been someone else. No, you're losing your mind. It wasn't me. Mm-mm. I was a saint.
I'm so glad we grew up in a time before everything was recorded
Oh, yeah.
or on Facebook. Because we did some weird stuff.
Ditto. Nothing that will be repeated on this show, but weird stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, like, when we would play, like,
She'll open up the can. I'm not.
well, like, when we would play, like, Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So, obviously, there's no big, large rock. So, just picture me and my brother, like, running through the back park, screaming
Yeah.
with our hats and our, like, stick that was, like, a whip.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming, it's a rock! Like, yeah, it was weird. Like,
I
that would
mean-
end up on Facebook somewhere.
I could imagine my dad, like, looking out and just seeing me, like, either A, talking to a tree or striking at a bush with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Being like, back you devil! And him being like, well, he's not going on the sports team.
Well, even, like, whenever I was little, and they put me in the outfield for like baseball and softball and stuff, I would like pretend to be a witch, and I would like make potions and cast spells and stuff in the outfield because we were 5 and no one could hit to the outfield. So I was very bored.
I did this thing that my friends coined the horn dive, where I get excited and I do this number. Trust me, you don't want to see it. It sounds funny. She saw it. It's funny, but like you don't want to see it. It's just like, I bet kids threw rocks at him.
Yeah, I got made fun of.
You'd be onto something.
But it's like me and my friend, because she lived down the street, we would always pretend to be like weird mythical creatures or like we were often just witches and we would like make potions in the backyard. My mom would get so mad because we'd throw stuff in the pool to make potions. And she'd be like, "You're not making potions! You're making debt!" Like,
you are a witch! You're putting me in debt!
yeah. So.
That's pretty funny.
My mom was clever. She also knew how to handle two rambunctious 6-year-olds and stuff. She would have like a fly swatter. So, because in the van that we had, she couldn't reach us in the back seat, so she had a fly swatter. So while she's driving, she's smacking me and my brother with the fly swatter.
Oh my god. I don't believe it. Alright, so anyways, we're getting a little backstory on an IDR. Come on, join us. It's okay you had manic depression from the last one. This one won't be so bad.
She's like, look into my innocent little face. I picture if this was a movie, some of these exchanges would just be like camera shot of someone else's face, camera shot of Setsuna, camera shot of their face, camera shot of Setsuna, but eyes bigger.
Yeah.
Like,
Setsuna would do the Puss in Boots.
Yeah, with like the big eyes, like, please.
Oh.
And then be like, son of a bitch!
There is one funny gag in Shrek the Third, and that is, hold on. We got a bad guy here.
Ooh, the Reba.
Yep. Alright, so this is where you know things are getting serious. We have a villain in our story. Yeah. This is the one character who you'll be fighting a lot that's not a monster.
Yeah.
And we're going to take him down. Because he's responsible for hurting the captain. Not taking off the hands. There were stubs to begin with.
Oh my god, they took my feet! No. We all have stubs, see?
Yeah, we already got 2 jokes written down for that movie. It's happening, folks.
It is. Maybe not anytime soon.
But yeah, he's a man of few words. He's a very dark Darth Maul character.
Kill. Sacrifice.
Like he just has a couple words and... well, I don't want to spoil. But my strategy is basically to tag team him with Eterna. And when need be, cure, but also have Setsuna use lightning. Cha-ching!
Setsuna's actually Thor.
And he's quick, and he likes to focus on just, like, the sweeps that take, like, 2x2s.
Yeah.
So he'll probably focus on Setsuna, but also hit Ndir while he's at it.
He's like, well, I'm here.
Yep. I mean, this is a long scythe. It got long range. Let's get to it. Shing. So, like, what I want to do is cast Protect and have Ndir and Eterna take the blunt of it. I don't want Setsuna to really get hit that much. That's why I have Ndir, like, right up front.
Yeah.
Like, if you want her... Oh, okay.
Never
Eterna's
mind.
just like, nudge out of the way. If you want her, you'll have to go through me.
She's like, excuse me. I still need to crochet you one of those hats.
Oh, yeah.
With the little ears.
Yep. I want an Eterna cap. Is that going to be like a Kitty Crafts?
I don't know, because with crochet, it's a little bit...
Time-consuming.
It's time-consuming.
And it also requires both hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would, like, have to be in the shot.
I got you.
And you see what I look like
Maybe
when I
just
crochet.
a photo.
You see... You see what I look like when I crochet? Yeah, maybe just a photo.
That's not what I meant. But the timing couldn't have been more immaculate.
I usually crochet, like, while I'm in bed, like, right before sleep. Mm-hmm. So I'm not quite at my best peak appearance.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That, and I also don't control my face very well.
Oh.
So, like...
I was going to say something. I was just going to be like, don't most of your videos just have, like, a bottom shot, though? Like, a bird's eye view?
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't be worried about that at all.
Well, with that, because, like, it was the same with...
I mean, you're beautiful, baby. I'm in trouble.
No, you're fine. I know what I look like. But it was the same with, like, when I was sculpting Little Cactus. I couldn't do, like, a head-down shot because then you can't see what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
It's different when it's a two-dimensional painting that's already laying down so you can see everything on the painting. Mm-hmm. But for three-dimensional things, the shot down, it's a very boring view.
Okay. Hey, it's like I say at Plasma. She's the looker, I'm the funny one. I'm like, she's got the looks and I got the humor.
I try to be funny. I'm just not very funny.
You have your moments and I'll stick to it. I was hoping you wouldn't have, like, that many dark jokes yesterday. I'm just, like, careful.
I definitely did, but I kept them to myself because I do understand the appropriateness of time.
Because I could tell the gears were turning.
I mean, we unfortunately had to attend a funeral viewing yesterday.
Yeah, for a coworker.
And he was very, very young, and it was
suiting because we're beating the shit out of the Reaper right now.
Yeah.
How dare you take my friend? He was too young.
Yeah, but it was really like an emotional day for a lot of people. However, I didn't personally know this person, so I was there in support of friends and Ren, of course. But as they're like reminiscing, we're standing in the lobby waiting for someone else, and they're reminiscing and people are getting emotional, and I just can't stop staring at this horrific portrait of these two elderly people that are like dressed to the nines, like they are going out somewhere fancy. And they were like
I love
photoshopped.
how he just planked over. No struggle, just
but they were like photoshopped into this forest. And it was so poorly done. And I was like, listen, now is the time to be emotional. Of course, cry as much as you need to cry. But if you need a good smile, just look at that picture.
Look to the east.
Like, it was so bad.
This is always weird how, like, you have these, like, grueling boss battles where you win. And it's just like, okay, I'll just use this spell then. Like, why didn't you use it from the beginning?
Yeah.
You can clearly take them both down and you really want to kill her. Why wouldn't you open with that attack? Is it all about the thrill of the chase?
I think it must be. Because even now, like, he very easily could just slice Setsuna down.
Yeah, but he's not going to let him. Interception! This part's cool.
What?
Shing!
I feel you, Reaper.
Foreshadowing.
I'm at the gym and I'm just like, it seems as though this body is not yet perfect. Like, running on the treadmill.
I joke about this multiple times, is to, like, just talk like I'm part of, like, some, like, fantasy narrative. Like, if we had a child, we'd leave it on the doorstep and be like, protect him from the dark one, the prophecy foretold.
Yeah.
Just to, like, fuck with their mind.
I like doing that.
Or, like, be exhausted and be like, this body is incomplete.
I know. I like just saying awkward things when there's, like, a silence. Mm-hmm. Or someone says something that, like, there's just no response to. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. Or someone tells you something, and they clearly want you to respond, but there just is no response to what they said.
Gotcha.
So you just go, and then the wolves came.
And then the wolves came.
Or as the prophecy foretold.
As the prophecy foretold. So it begins.
Yeah, so just to say something, like, really ominous, and just because, like, what do you want me to say? There's nothing I can say here. As the prophecy foretold.
This form is not yet complete. I need more time.
There's a meme that says that. It's like, if you ever just randomly trip over nothing in public, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go, I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've inhabited a body. And then just walk away.
I like that. Just like always act like you're possessed.
Yeah.
Being possessed.
Hey, don't joke. That
jeez.
got me through some really dark times in my life.
Yeah?
Where I'm like, listen, if a demon possesses my body, I have to make sure it has a happy home.
Mhm. But like I was saying, like, fighting the Reaper is kind of like fighting death itself. And it takes me back to the story I heard from The Princess Bride. The guy who played Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
When he was in that final fight with, like, hello, you killed my father, prepare to die.
Mm-hmm.
That actor's father died of cancer.
Aww.
So he envisioned fighting the cancer that killed his father as he was saying those lines. So like each time he was more fierce. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
See, I'm on the opposite end. I would just start crying. It's Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
It's like, turn the cameras off. It's like, he's kind of having a moment here. Just drop the sword and start weeping. Is he
Well, I
okay?
mean, like, that happened in Harry Potter. I think it was in the last one when they kill one of the Weasley twins.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, like, laying there dead and his brother was, like, crying over him. That was real.
Yeah.
They had to, like, stop filming because he was like, Oliver. Like,
I mean, they were inseparable from the hip.
yeah.
Like, not to always go back to our personal lives, but the two Weasley brothers is how I picture our friends' twins to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you
That
see
is
their group
exactly-
photo and
yeah, that
they're
is
the
exactly-
fucking Weasleys.
They are. They are turning into the Weasleys.
They are turning into the Weasleys, I swear to God.
And the boys are gonna have ginger hair. You can
Yep.
see that, right? Like it's
Yep.
already showing through. I'm like, you're gonna have two ginger twins.
Yep. And the new one's gonna be Ron,
Yeah.
and then they need a girl, and then they need
Well, that's what she's.
Ursley?
That's
Hesley? Who's the one that just said, I'm gonna be a Death Eater? It's like, okay.
Percy.
Percy, okay.
But then there's also Bill and Charlie.
I keep forgetting about them.
Yeah, Bill and Charlie are the older ones.
That's because they're only mentioned in the books. They're nowhere in them.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Because one of them's higher up.
Bill is the one that brings them the dragons.
Yep.
For the Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
He's mentioned, and he's also at the wedding,
Yeah. Okay.
and in like family portraits that are kind of like in the background.
Sorry,
and,
I only saw it a year ago.
Yeah. Oh no, I think that might be Charlie.
Okay.
It's one of them. It's Bill or Charlie. And then the other one marries Fleur.
Cool. Well, all right then. Shows how much I know.
Mammy with that Weasley knowledge.
No, I like being corrected to an extent.
I mean, if I'm like blatantly wrong, yeah, I want
Yeah.
someone to correct me. But if it's like an opinion, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
well, I think the Weasleys were one of the most dynamic families, and they're like, actually, you're wrong. I'm sorry, that's an opinion.
But like, I don't want to be like going through an entire video like saying one thing when it's clearly the other.
Oh, you mean like how I went, that's cute. The R is backwards. And then you tried to find the R.
Oh, you want to own up to it? Okay.
And it just said now loading. It was an A, but they used a backwards R, and I didn't actually read the text. I only saw the one letter.
Because I was
Now that's
editing, 'cause,
recorded
like,
forever.
When I edit and post, I want the audio to align with the visuals. So I'm looking for that, and I'm just like, "Where's this R?" And I'm just like, "No, wait at the
I'm like,
beginning."
it's before that. You
I'm
were
just
like, the
like,
now loading? I'm like,
now
there's no
loading.
R in there, asshole. It's before that.
I'm just
You're
like,
like,
"Did you read it as
no."
now lording?"
And later in that same video, I talk about how, like, I find the words are confusing. Like, I wouldn't be able to read them. And I'm like, our
So
viewers are...
Forlock is
Yeah,
frolic.
our viewers are going to think I don't know how to read. I promise I read a lot of books.
Years
Just
from
that
now, we're gonna have
dyslexia,
like,
you know?
yeah, we're gonna have some comments about like, we think it's adorable how a loving couple that has dyslexia is just so entertaining, and it's just like, oh.
Well, that's not what you said initially. You were like, oh, how nice that he loves that special needs girl so much. I was like, well, they're not entirely wrong.
Oh my. Alrighty.
I can read.
I can fight!
Oh my god, I love that. I can see! I can fight! Oh, you gotta love the Fairly Odd Parents.
Alright. The initial first few seasons.
Yeah, once Poof comes, like the first little bit with Poof, I'm like, okay, it's fine. But
Yeah.
then as soon as Timmy has to share his fairies, I'm just like, all right, I'm out.
That's the drop off point.
Yeah, like I felt like I wasn't really into it with Poof, but I could tolerate it, like on in the background while I
Okay.
do stuff.
I mean, it's better than I can say about Invader Zim.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I'm
aged
sorry.
so poorly. I was like
I
obsessed with it in
understand
high
it
school,
has its
and now I
audience,
just
and like it has a huge like cult following. But for
I like
me
the aesthetic
personally,
and the idea.
I can't listen to it.
Yeah.
I find it absolutely grating.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic, and I like the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But like sitting down and watching it, the voices, I'm just like, oh my god, can someone shoot me in the face? Like, it just it's so much screaming.
Yeah, a lot of screaming. And
And like
it just
weird
sounds
bodily
unpleasant.
functions, like, and it's just,
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, if you were expecting anything positive with a revisit to that one, don't.
I mean, I have like, again, I still like the aesthetic. I still think it's like cool and creepy and like,
Because, like, we should start the next step of that, like, Nickelodeon retrospective we've been planning for a while. Because it's been a long time since we first started talking about that
I
one.
think too, like I had to watch it all. Like I had to go
True.
through it all. So it's a lot of content
Mm-hmm.
to kind of unpack and
Here he is. An IDR. Haha. He's joined the fray. Now this is odd though. So it's like, hey, you're kind of banned from the village, so you have no choice. Good luck.
yeah.
So, like, I don't know if that's, like, a Japanese culture thing to where, like, it's a rebirth, but also, like, hey, don't come back here. Good luck.
I don't know, because they do that a lot in like ancient.
Okay.
Like I haven't seen it in any like modern animes or anything like that.
Okay.
But even like Princess Mononoke, as soon as he cuts his hair, he's like, "You're dead to
That's
us."
right, yeah.
So it's like I guess.
But they still wish him well. It's
Yeah, they're like, "We love you
best of
and we
luck,
want you to
but
be
you can't
well,
come
but
back
you
here."
can't come home."
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's very similar to what's happening here. Alright, so the Frost Caves are up ahead. We're most likely going to cover the Frost Caves in the next part. And I will say, I'm really happy with the amount of games that we've been covering so far.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're going at a nice steady pace to where, like, the RPGs, they have, like, they're long. They take, like, months
I definitely
to complete.
think scheduling them helps a ton. So that way it's not like 2 weeks of one and then just completely neglect two of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having them each have their own day and their
Yeah.
own spot, I think is definitely really helpful with getting through some of the backlog and,
Yeah.
and playing some games that people might not have expected to see.
Yeah. Like, there's so many that we still have yet to cover, but, like, it's always nice to look back and be like, wow, we just went right through that. Cool.
Yeah.
And as always, if you have any suggestions or things you're like,
Let
oh, I
us
definitely want
know.
to see them check it out, let us know, and we'll put it on the list.
And that really goes for any type of entertainment. So, like, if you're playing a game right now and you kind of want to see it, drop it in the comments. If you watched a movie that you really like, let us know.
Yep. Oh. I like that.
Any books. I'm always down to read new books. Because I don't have enough, you know. I'm starting to have
Good
furniture made out of
point.
books.
All right. So here we go. We're going into the Frost Caves. And what's very interesting, and this is a common complaint I hear about this game, is you have numerous caves that kind of look the same. So when you're stuck, you're kind of like, what the fuck do I look up?
Yeah. Where
Frost
do I
Cave
go?
2? Frost Cave to the south?
I think, like, the monsters, like, the big monsters are all different, though.
The bosses are. But, the aesthetic, like, when you come in here, you're gonna see, like, this look multiple times throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah.
It's not like one, like, has, like, very light ice and the other
Yeah.
one's, like, kind of, like, mostly
The
water
aesthetic
with
is
ice.
the same.
The aesthetic is mostly the same going forward. And I'm gonna give you, like, a sneak peek of an IDR in the party. do a couple battles, and then we'll call it apart, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Whoop.
But yeah, this is what we got. All right. What's up?
Just mouse.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought you were like pointing at
See,
Luna or some shit.
You point at me, and I kind of like figure out, like, oh, okay, I'm tapping something. I point at you, and you're like, where is it? Where's the bug? Where's it at?
Sorry.
Because normally I lose my voice with bugs, and I'm just like,
That is true. You just sit there, and it's just like, it's on my keyboard.
Oh my god, I wanted to cry.
I'm just like, all right, I got it. I will take all the spiders for you. I'm just like, is it really that bad?
I hate them. I hate them so much.
I know. Haha.
The exploding seals.
Yep. Kirby's like, God, everyone needs this Pepto-Bismol.
They had that buzzin' burger.
Buzzin' burger?
Because I asked yesterday, like, is the buzzin' sauce
Oh,
super spicy?
Yeah. Just like, am I going to cry later?
Be like, listen, my taste buds might be happy, but my gallbladder might explode.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's gonna be a no for me. Alright, so in IDR, let's check out some of his skills. So what does he have here? He has a big sword, that's what he got.
I like how Setsuna essentially is like, hold my hairpiece! I do really love that their weapons
Yeah, she does.
and
She
stuff
just
change
clicks it right back in.
as they change in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice detail.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get RPGs with like special costumes.
Yeah, and they
So,
don't
like their
change.
costume changes.
Like, I understand why they don't, because that's a lot of
That's
effort.
a lot of programming.
That's a lot of programming.
Well, in Dragon Quest XI, you get like a certain like symbol that shows like, hey, this will visually make a difference.
Oh,
So like you'll get like a specific armor and you'll see no difference in the luminary.
okay.
But you'll get like the Eldrake armor, I think it's called.
And it's a different...
And you actually see the armor
Okay.
equipped on the character. It's not like Bloodstained is one where you have like a lot of things. You get like a Santa hat and like cat ears and butterfly mask. So you're in cutscenes and you got these cat ears and it's just like, take that ridiculous thing off. You kind of lose a little bit of tension when it's talking about the damnation of mankind and you're sitting there with a Santa hat. It's like, well, just a slight little tone shift. Alrighty. Okay, so in the next part, we're going to go through the Frost Caves, fight a big old boss, and continue our journey. Yeah, we're not even close to done. We've only just begun. Only just begun. La da da da. That's the Carpenters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, toodles.
Toodaloo.
やるぞ
いけるよみんなの幸せのために
聞かねえぜあらよっと